I thought we would talk about some free comic books you can read via Amazon Prime on the Kindle app or via Prime Reading. These are comic books you do not have to pay for if you already have a Amazon Prime subscription. You can get them on your phone, you can get them on your computer, you can get them on your tablet. All you need to do is have the Kindle app on your mobile devices. Obviously just log in online to read them. The selection rotates relatively regularly, usually depending on what's coming out at the cinema, or if a new series is coming out on telly, they try and tie it into that. But obviously it's fueled by Comixology, which Amazon own. You can get all the Comixology originals on Prime Reading, so I've kind of excluded those for the minute because they're sort of always on there. But ones that I would say have a read of if you're looking for something a bit interesting are as follows. Right, number 1 is Letter 44 Volume 1. This is on my previous list and it remains at the top of this list. It's a sci-fi series about a president who takes over from the sort of last president who had very different political views to him, and he finds out that there is an alien spacecraft in the solar system and there's a mission on its way to interact with it. You have these differing political views and you have tandem storylines, or parallel storylines rather, where they are going between what's happening on Earth and what's happening in space. It's by Charles Soule. There's a complete series, so you can read the whole story if you're happy with the free first volume you got here. Then we've got the Immortal Hulk Book 1. This collects issues 1 to 10 of the Immortal Hulk. Great series by Al Ewing. It's 240 pages long, so you get a nice chunk to get stuck into the story. And to be honest, the first half of the Immortal Hulk series is probably the best half. It sort of goes, not off the rails, but sort of loses the initial horror elements that this story has at the start, towards the end of its run, which is finishing in issue 50. But certainly give this a look at. Next one is Superman Rebirth Volume 1. This is by Peter J. Tomasi. Covers Superman and he's got his son Jonathan Kent and he's married to Lois, and it's just a nice sort of redoing of the Superman character and including that family life in there. And I think if you're looking to get into Superman, this is a good starting point. The next one is Skyward Volume 1. This is an Image Comics book. It's about a world where gravity has stopped working, so people have to be weighed down or you will float off. They've got like magnetic boots and things like that. The main character's dad knows something about what happened, and you follow her as she tries to unravel this mystery and work out what's going on. There is a complete series, so if you get into the first volume, you've only got 2 other volumes to read, and then you get the story wrapped up. I won't spoil what happens, but it's just a fun, different adventure set in a strange world where the writer and the artist really has to think about how things would work in a zero-G world. Next one is Batman Year One by Frank Miller. It's on my previous list, I believe. It's just a sort of stalwart of Batman reading. If you want to get into Batman, if you want to see where a lot of inspiration for the films and things come from, get this, read it. It's not a hard read. I would say The Dark Knight Returns probably is a more difficult read, so this is a good starting point. But there's a lot of elements in this that I really like, and if you like the book, then you can look up the animated film that they've got out there as well, which is very good. Next one is Fables Volume 1 by Bill Wiggum. This is about a world where fairy tale characters have come into our world and sort of live alongside us. They live in the city and they live on a place out in the sticks called the Farm. Snow White's kind of in charge. You've got Bigby Wolf, who's the big bad wolf, and it follows these sort of various frictions between the parties involved as they try to escape from a big evil in their sort of fairy tale land. I won't reveal who the big evil is, but it's a good story that a lot of people like. I got the first couple of deluxe editions of the story and I sort of lost interest after that, but a lot of people love this and it seems to be having a resurgence at the moment for some reason. I don't know if that's because there's a film or a TV series on the horizon, but who knows. And then the final one is Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1. Still my favourite basic Spider-Man story. It's a good starting point for a lot of people. A lot of things you will recognise from films and media are taken from this series. It's a little dated now because it was done in around year 2000, but you can get over that. A lot of comic books are dated anyway. And I would say if you're interested in getting into Spider-Man, you want a sort of clean slate, give this a try. There's lots of other books on Amazon Prime as well, but these are the ones I'd say have a look at just in case they rotate out and you miss your chance. Won't cost you anything if you're on lockdown or you've got a lot of time in your hands because you can't go anywhere really at the moment. Give these a look and get the most out of your Amazon Prime subscription. Let me know what you think. If there's any other books on there you would recommend to people, pop them in the comments, and thanks for watching.